Ọ̀dọ̀ wa ní àgbáyé ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. And this is a very, very important point, because what we are asking for is a homeland. We are not. What we are asking for is a homeland. We're not asking for anybody's land, our homeland. Right from the beginning. Nǹkan tó fi wà important ni pé ibikíbi tá a bá wà á láti máa ṣe agbára ńbẹ̀. And I give the example of London, pé there are 140,000 Yoruba people in London. Agbára wo la ní? How many MPs la ní? Àwọn Jews, the same number. They have 20 MPs. Irú gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ukraine yẹn, nǹkan tí wọ́n fi lè ṣe ìṣekúṣe sí Jew ní pé àwọn Jews ti lágbára bí, wọ́n lágbára l'Amẹ́ríkà, wọ́n lágbára everywhere. Agbára wọn kì í ṣe pé wọ́n gbébọn o. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi ò yé yín. Kì í ṣe pé wọ́n gbébọn. But they have been politically strong wherever they lived. Ó wà lára nǹkan tó, that's part of my motivation. Wípé the Yorubas in this country, we want to mobilize them so that they have power in this country. Just imagine it. Ipe I need 20 MPs ní parliament in London. A ti gba Yoruba nation. Mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ sà. A ti gba Yoruba nation tipẹ́tipẹ́. Gbogbo ìta ń sá kiri sáádó, ní máa sá sí anywhere. Tá bá ti ní enough MPs ní 20 tí government bá sọ nǹkan, wọ́n ní vote of no confidence yẹn straight away. Tí prime minister bá nílùú yìí tẹ́nìkan bá bú Jew ní political party, wọ́n á yọ ní political party yẹn níṣẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa sọ̀sọ́kùsọ nípa wa. Àwa la gbà fún wọn láti máa sọ̀rọ̀. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi ò yé yín. Àwa.
Sampfatisfm studio, ẹjọ́ ẹ̀mí tara yín sá, ma.
Sọ̀rọ̀ mi ò yé yín. Ẹjọ́ ẹ̀mí tara yín. Tí àwa bá lágbára ńlẹ̀ yìí, kò sẹ́ni tó lè ṣe fàárí sí wa ní anywhere in the world. These are the sort of things we have to keep. When I was elected to the General Medical Council, Louis, àwọn tó ń ṣe nǹkan bí doctor ṣe máa ń ṣe gbáwo. Kan tó elect mi, wọ́n ní register, àwọn dúdú register tiwọn, àwọn funfun register tiwọn. Èmi wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn pé tí patient bá wá síwájú doctor, ṣó máa ń béèrè pé bó ló ti lọ sí school. Ṣé bókan ìwòsàn ló wà, kò béèrè. The patient does not care where you come from. The patient is only interested in a competent doctor, and therefore, why should you have different registers? Bọ́n ṣe parí register nìyẹn. Torí pé ìkànnù wa wà láàrin wọn. Mo lè sọ fún ọ pé irú ìyà tó ń jẹ wá rè, àwa ò gbà mọ́. This is why it is important for us to take part in the lives, in the politics of whichever place we are. This is what I'm trying to. Fortunately, irú nǹkan táwọn ọmọ tiwa ti ń gbọ́n nìyẹn pé báwọn náà ṣe máa lágbára ń lu ìlànà wa. That is what we should be looking for. Torí tá a bá lágbára ń bì, gbogbo yẹ̀yẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣe fún wa Nàìjíríà kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ láíláí tá a bá lágbára ń lu. So these are the sort of things that we need to start educating our young people, that they must take part in the lives of this country, in the governance of this country. Not just pé ẹ máa wá bọ́ọ̀sì káàkiri, ẹ máa ṣe doctor wọn, ẹ máa ṣe lawyer wọn. No. We have to do more than that. We have to be part of the governing system of this country. So I'm sorry that I've deviated from because but I felt to be fair. I just came to say one or two things for you about why it is important. Our Yoruba, Kani homeland, why it is important. ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé ní 1888 Queen Victoria àti Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ they signed a treaty as independent nations. Treaty tí Aláàfin tó sign yẹn, it is still operational today.
Bàbá ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bínú sá, mo fẹ́ béèrè ìbéèrè kan ní ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ sọ pé ní 1888.
Yes.
Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ àti ọba ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì.
Yes.
Sign pé Yorùbá orílẹ̀-èdè kan ni.
Yes, as Yoruba land, yes.
Ṣùgbọ́n lẹ́ni a rí wípé àwọn ọba wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọn ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ wípé àkọsílẹ̀ yẹn ṣì wà bẹ́ẹ̀ síbẹ̀. Kí ló wá fà á lẹ́ni tó fi jẹ́ pé ṣẹ́rù ló ń bà wọ́n ni àbí kò yé mi, bóyá ẹ bá lè bá wa tọ̀mọ́lẹ̀ sísan.
Okay, all right, okay. Máa sọ nǹkan fún àwọn èèyàn. I was a child. I lived with my grandmother from about the age of 6 to about the age of 11, 12. It is the way that you see yourself that other people see you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Bí onígbà bá ṣe pé gbá ẹ̀.
Exactly. If you see yourself as a nobody, Taluma, who is going to think of you as somebody?
Kò sí.
Tó bá jọba Yorùbá, ìwọ wá lọ ń tẹríba fún Buhari. It is an insult.
Àbùkù ńlá gbà.
It is an insult. It is a grave insult to Yoruba people. Pé ìwọ ọba Yorùbá. Kí náà fún ẹ? What is owó wo náà fẹ́ fún ẹ tó yẹ pé àwa ọmọ Yorùbá lè dápọ̀ ká fún ẹ? I mean, again, it's not part of the thing that I wanted to talk about tonight, but I can tell you one thing. Tí Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́ lè ní tó bá declare Yorùbá nation, kò sí bàbá ẹni tó lè sọ pé kò ní happen. Kò sí bàbá ẹni tó sọ pé kò lè happen. Tí Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́ lè ní o tó bá dìde tó bá sọ pé today I declare Yoruba nation. Kò sẹ́ni tó ta ló máa sọ pé kò ní happen. Who? Ibi tọ́rọ̀ wá wà nìyẹn, that you have people who really have no respect for themselves. Lẹ́ni tí Sàdáúnà of Sokoto tó bá pe Buhari pé kó wá sí palace yẹn, Buhari will go. Buhari will go. Gbogbo àwọn ẹni sọ pé kò sí kankan tó kan religion bẹ́ẹ̀. It is the way that the man comports himself. It is the dignity of his office. Ṣé bá a ní fọ́tò gbogbo àwọn ọba wa láyé àtijọ́ Adérẹ̀mí Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ láyé àtijọ́ àwa tẹríba fún queen láíláí. Àwọn ọba wa láyé àtijọ́ wọn tẹríba fóyìnbó. The whole of Nigeria, the Yorubas never ceded their sovereignty to anybody. Gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ ní ilẹ̀ Fúlàní ilẹ̀ Hausa, they ceded their sovereignty to the British. The Yorubas never did.
Àwọn kan ní pé àwọn òyìnbó kó wa lẹ́rú pé àwọn ni wọ́n gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tí wọ́n sìn.
Láíláí irọ́ ní gbogbo ẹ̀. Ẹrú ń bọ̀ náà ti kó yín lẹ́rú. Níbo? Go and read the report of Lugard of 1920, of 1914, when he went to Zungeri to declare to announce the amalgamation. Ṣé bá àwọn Fúlàní ló jókòó ńbẹ̀? Àwọn ẹni àwọn ló jókòó ńbẹ̀ náà. Kò sí Yorùbá ọba kankan tó wà ńbẹ̀. Àwa Yorùbá, àwa ò kì í ṣẹrú anybody. We've never done it. Nǹkan tó ń tàyàn lára nìyẹn. The things that our forefathers never did, we are doing. The things that our forefathers the only Oba, the only leader, the only traditional ruler in the whole of Nigeria to sign treaty pẹ̀lú Queen Victoria was the Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́. They captured the gbogbo àwọn Sokoto nǹkan kan yẹn náà capture now. They didn't capture any at the time of amalgamation, Egba land was a kingdom on its own. Go and read the proclamation of amalgamation. Go and read the report that Lugard wrote to the parliament. On the 1st of January 1914, when amalgamation was declared, Egba was a kingdom independent. It was an independent kingdom. This is now. You have a situation where your forefathers were so proud of themselves. They were so proud of themselves.
Ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́gbọ́ yìí o, ara tí ó ṣe dáa ká máa súnmọ́ àwọn àgbà nílé yìí. Àwọn àgbà ni wọ́n bọ̀ wọ́n ní ẹni tó sọ pé ará ajọ́ òun ò gbọ́n, ó ti bú bàbá ńlá tiẹ̀ mọ́ wọn o. Ṣẹ́rí, ìtẹ́ bá ní ìbéèrè kan àbí méjì, ẹ máa bá wa kọ sílẹ̀, àbí kẹ́ ẹ máa gbà rẹ̀. Torí tó bá ó máa tó sáà kan a máa ṣí ojú òpó lẹ̀, ẹ láǹfààní láti pe bàbá wa. Lóòótọ́ àròjọ ń so lókùn lénìí.
Anyway, as I said, kì í ṣe nǹkan tí mo bá sọ.
Àṣìmá dídì bàbá, àṣìmá dídì wá gbé yín wá sí orí ètò lẹ́ẹ̀kan láti wá bá àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ ká sì máa bá ètò tòní lọ.
Final thing tí máa sọ kí n tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ court case yìí.
Yes, sir.
The Yorubas were very, very clever people. Our forefathers were very, very clever people. Our money. Let me give you an example. The Yorubas introduced smallpox vaccination to the world. Àwa tí mọ̀ pé téèyàn bá ní smallpox tó bá gbé scab lára ẹ̀, èmi ò mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń pè scab ní Yorùbá. Tó bá gún ní fi ṣe gbẹ́rẹ́, bẹ́ẹ̀ni olúwa ò ní smallpox mọ́. Àwọn Yorùbá tán gbé lẹ́rú lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà, àwọn ló sọ fún àwọn Amẹ́ríkà pé ní ilẹ̀ wa o, àwa ò kì í ní smallpox o, nítorí pé ẹni tó bá ní smallpox tá bá ti mú scab ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ a fi sín gbẹ́rẹ́. That is how vaccination started. That's how vaccination started. Ká lè mọ̀ bí tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ medicine
ẹjọ́ ilé ìtara yín sà.
Tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ medicine táwọn fún. Nígbà táwọn Chinese bá ń sọ yin and yang, táwọn Indian sọ pé òfurufú ní gbogbo ẹ̀ ti wá. Àwa ti mọ̀ yí pé it is physical agents. I don't know what you call it in Yoruba. Kòkòrò. Àwa ti mọ̀ pé kòkòrò ló ń ṣe àìsàn. Nígbà táwọn eléyìí máa sọ pé yin and yang, meridian, kíní kan ṣe bá nǹkan ṣàwò. Àwa ti mọ̀ pé kòkòrò ara òun ló ń kọ́ sí àìsàn. Ṣé bó ni basic? That's the basis of medicine. Nǹkan tó ń pè ní pathophysiology nìyẹn. Nǹkan tó ń pè àwa Yorùbá àti mọ̀ yẹn. The same thing, nígbà tá a bá sọ̀rọ̀ law, I happen to have written a book on Yoruba law. Tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ law, àwa Yorùbá ti ní law tiwa that is better than what we are practicing in Nigeria today. Kí là ń practice? Lawyer agbẹjọ́ wá, lawyer defend ẹjọ́, lawyer adájọ́. Àwọn lawyer mẹ́ta wọn máa bára wọn sọ̀rọ̀. Ìwọ tó lẹ́jọ́ kò ní kankan sọ. Ṣé bá ṣe ìdájọ́ nìyẹn? Àwa Yorùbá ò ṣe yẹn rí pé o ní ẹjọ́, lawyer kan ló máa sọ, ẹni tó máa defend, lawyer ni, ẹni tó máa gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀, lawyer ni. That is why nobody is ever satisfied when you go to court on the basis of English law. Anyway, tá a bá ní kí n máa sọ yẹn àní kúrò mí lé ní o. Ṣé rí ọ̀rọ̀ ti court case tá à ń sọ yìí? À ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé kán má dìbò. Ẹni kán má dìbò. Wọ́n á béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín pé why? Any constitution is fraudulent. but you don't give them anything to hold on to. You have not given them anything to hold on to. Ibiti court case yẹn ti wà nìyẹn. Ipe, we are going to court to give a direct challenge to the legitimacy of elections in Nigeria under the 1999 constitution. Àwa sọ wípé ìbò tẹ́ bá dì o ní constitution tó jẹ́ kí náà pè náà ìtànjẹ fraud. Wọ́n tàn yín jẹ. Orí ìtànjẹ fraud ní ìtànjẹ ní constitution yìí o. Ẹ wá ní ká máa dìbò lọ́ndà ìtànjẹ. Constitution translation tẹ́mi fún constitution ní ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá ni pé ẹ̀dá ara ni constitution ẹ̀dá ara. That is what establishes the rules by which a country is run. Nǹkan tó ń pè constitution yẹn. Election pàmò àdìbò is part of those rules. Constitution àti election, they are not separate things. Táwọn èèyàn máa rò pé no. A constitution establishes the rules by which a country is run, and an election is part of those rules. In other words, you can't have a legitimate election if the constitution is fraud. Tó jẹ́ ìtànjẹ. And kò sí ẹni tí ò sọ nísìnyí lé ní ibà ní Nàìjíríà, everybody ló sọ pé constitution yẹn is a fraud. Even àwọn tó follow gbogbo àwọn tó ń try láti tún ṣe ìgbàwo. Everybody knows that. In other words, there is no legitimate election that you can hold under Nigeria's constitution. Sherry case that gbé lọ sí court. It's going to be difficult for me to try and explain it in Yoruba, but I'll do the best I can. Nǹkan tá à ń gbé lọ sí court is a constitutional legal argument. It's a legal argument. A sọ pé òfin rèé ti Nigeria, òfin rèé international rèé tó sọ pé constitution is a fraud, and therefore you cannot have an election. Tí Nigeria wá sọ fún wa pé òfin Nigeria o àwọn ò gbà. Òfin treaty táwọn sign ní àgbáyé àwọn ò gbà. Let us say that. I will give you 3 reasons why the Nigerian constitution is a fraud. Irú nǹkan tá a máa argue ní court yẹn. The first is that the constitution was a military decree by General Abdul Salami Abikina Korukwe.
Salam Abubakar.
Okay. But since Nigeria is no longer under military rule, only a military decree is null and void. Because military rule, man. Constitution to say there's a military leader. That's fine if we are still under military rule. But we are no longer under military rule. Let me connect my phone to battery charge. I can't find it. Because where's my
láti ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà ti UK. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ní ìbéèrè tàbí ìbéèrè kan tàbí ìkejì, ẹ bá wa tẹ̀ sí ojú agbágbé àbí kí ẹ máa pè wọlé torí láìpẹ́.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Ẹ máa tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ yín, ẹ máa tẹ̀ ránṣẹ́ kí àwọn bàbá wa lè ní àǹfààní láti dáhùn àwọn ìbéèrè yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà. Jẹ́ kí a padà sí ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá wa lókè lọ́hùn kí wọ́n máa bá wa tẹ̀síwájú lórí àwọn àlàyé èyí tí wọ́n ṣe fún wa látàrí bí wọ́n ṣe gbé ìjọba location 419 Nàìjíríà lọ sí ilé ẹjọ́ látàrí ìwé àbádòfin awúrúju èyí tí wọ́n gbé jáde lọ́dún 1999 tí wọ́n fi ń ta wàá ríboríbo ní ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Ẹ jẹ́ kí bàbá wa kí wọ́n bá wa tẹ̀síwájú lórí àlàyé wọn lónìí.
Okay. So the first reason why the constitution is a fraud is because it was a military decree. The military dictatorship. They then asked the people of Nigeria to ratify that constitution. Constitution. But because they did not do that, because they didn't ratify the constitution, that constitution is null and void. Nobody agreed. So that's number one. Number two, the constitution is the fruit of a criminal enterprise. Translate in Yoruba. I don't know what else you will call it. Exactly. Shebi àwọn sójà bá ṣe wá is military coup ni. Kì í ṣe pa àyàn wọn. Kò sẹ́ni tó yàn wọ́n. That is a criminal enterprise. A military coup is a criminal offense against the state. That's what it is, a crime. But the criminals have never been brought to justice. Do you know why? Because every time one constitution to make them avoid prosecution. Section 6 of the Nigerian Constitution for 1999 Constitution. The judicial powers vested in accordance with the foregoing provisions of this section shall not, as from the date when this section comes into force, extend to any action or proceedings relating to any existing law made on or after 15 January 1966. So, once síbẹ̀ pé gbogbo nǹkan táwọn bá ti ṣe o láti 15 January 1966 nígbà tán ṣe kú yẹn o pé àní wádìí ẹ̀. Irú constitution wo ló máa sọ fún yín pé ẹ tó jalè o ẹ má fọwọ́ kàn. Ẹ tó jalè o ẹ má fọwọ́ kàn. That is what section 6.6 is telling us. Please don't inquire, don't look into what we have done. Gbogbo jábàjábá rédèrèdè tán ṣe rárá o don't inquire into it. That is nǹkan tán pè constitution yẹn. And Ogbotan Dani, in order to silence the politicians, they made sure that they too benefited from the proceeds of the crime. Ṣé bí nǹkan tí gbogbo fi ń gba irú owó tán fún wọn ní owó oṣù nìyẹn? Pé nígbà tá a bá fi owó sí wọn lẹ́nu, they will not inquire into what we've done. So those are the first two reasons. Number one, the constitution was a decree, but we are no longer in the military rule, and therefore the constitution should have been ratified. African Charter tí Nigeria signed said that. Kì í ṣe pé mi mo sọ African Charter tí Nigeria signed òun ló sọ yẹn. The second reason is that the constitution was the fruit of a criminal enterprise.
It's very much the fish.
You cannot benefit from stolen goods. It's against the law anywhere. It's against the law in Nigeria. Tó bá jalè, o lè máa sọ pé nǹkan tó jí kó wá sọ pé o fẹ́ tà legitimately kò ṣeé ṣe. It's against the law. Èyí tó wá bàjẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, èyí tó bàjẹ́ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ is the third reason. Nǹkan tí mo ń pè ní aláìwúlò, a constitution that is obsolete. A constitution tí ó aláìwúlò constitution. Do you know why?
Read something then.
Do you know why?
Yes,
Àwọn Arewa states, the 12 Arewa states, wọ́n decide pé àwọn ò ṣe Nigerians mọ́ o. Àwọn wọ́n ní Sharia law tiwọn, wọ́n ní Sharia policemen tiwọn o. They have what is secede from